Oh yeah, Black Sun in the Hizzle, all for shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. Today's topic, we're going to be recapping Skeem versus Rio. Congratulations, Skeem. But with that congratulations comes a little controversy because, and we got Yang in the building. Now, I congratulate the Scheme. Shout out to you. And I watch the debate again because I guess Solar's going to get his Black Sun Yanga debate today. I guess he's going to find SVDL's finally going to get their Black Sun Yanga debate that they always wanted because me and Yanga are not having an agreement here. And I had to watch the video again
Right.
because I know I was going against my brother today. I had to watch it again to make sure. I had to watch it again to make sure. I said, let me watch this again. Because Yanga is so convinced. He is so convinced that Rio won. And so I said, Yanga, please convince me. You can convince all these other people. You can, where do I start? I told you, Yanga, that the judges don't want to hear that preachy shit. They don't want to hear that. I said on record, if he does that, he will lose. Did I not say that, Yanga? Let's address that. Did I not say that? Okay. So I
said that. You said that.
Okay, I did. I love these judges. I love these judges. I love them. And one thing that black people see, this is why niggas can never build a state. And the views and opinions of that of Black Sun does not reflect that of Yanga. Does not reflect that of Yanga. So please don't feel like Yanga's here to give the other side of this.
I'm gonna right. I'm definitely gonna be able to speak my piece.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. You host to arena, baby. You know how we get down.
Yeah, so, you know how we get out. Right.
You know how we get down, being but we are in disagreement today, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know who has to convince who, but you are not convincing me that goddamn Rio won that debate. It's not happening. And I watched it again.
Not only do I think that he won the debate, and that's my opinion on that. What I do know that we're talking about, one of the things that has to be addressed is the standards by which the debates are judged, and specifically the debate last night, and that's what we're talking about. I think that's what the commissioners are addressing and needs to be addressed. Like I said before, and like I had said last night on Out the Blues channel, that this isn't an indictment against the debaters. This isn't saying that, you debaters did horrible jobs. It wasn't a good debate. What it is addressing
It was a great debate.
Right.
But I disagree with what you're saying.
Is the judges. The judges. I mean, you can, like you said, I like where you were about to go. I wanted you to finish. This is why niggas can't start their nation. And I believe you were going to go. And I want you to finish because we can't abide by decisions or something. But
right. Not only decisions, but the judges are part of a system. Meaning, if you place those judges in system, then you let them handle that part of the system.
But you know what though? But that's not a checks and balance. What you're talking about is a system of. You're talking about a system of finality. Just think about, and here America is not even the best example to give, but in a democracy, the illusion of a democracy, America. Hold on. America will serve its purpose. Just imagine if you didn't have a Supreme Court to overturn decisions that judges made that weren't right and exact. How many people have been exonerated because judges have made the wrong decisions? And you have to checks and balances having something that checks these judges. You're talking about a system of finality, even if clearly the masses are saying
you got all three judges, Yanga, all three.
But you got to listen. Did you go back? Did you go back and listen to the tape?
Yeah, let's talk
like
about
they said that there has. Okay, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this last part real quick about the judge. Like and internet, like the commissioner said, there have been discrepancies all along. Just last night, was the straw that broke the camel's back. Nobody was going for, I mean, even the commissioners was like, wait a minute now, goddamn. You know, nobody really could swallow
Wait a
that.
minute,
It
goddamn,
just was
because
a
that's your
bitter
favorite
pill.
debater. That's
No,
first of all, what I'm
no.
seeing is there a
Let
preconceived.
me.
Tell me you didn't have a preconceived notion that Rio is going to win the debate because you did the same thing with dang Domo Yanga. Don't come on, don't play with me, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had a preconceived notion. I had a preconceived notion of Domo, but Domo lost. And even though,
And
and
so
to the
did Rio.
commissioner thing, hold on, Solar and I talked. Solar even believed Domo had won, but he went with the judge's decisions. Solar lost. Those judges last night, here's why Rio didn't lose. And we can talk about the debate in a minute, but right now we're specifically
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that because I
talking
want to break.
about the judges. Yeah, specifically, we're talking about the judges. And here's why, just from the judges aspect, um, Rio didn't lose because the judges didn't judge the debate according to the debate title. Bottom line.
Let's talk about it. Oh shit, he dropped off. Yanga. Oh shit, yeah, his internet. I hope he's free spirit. I don't know if you want to come on. I would like you to come on, but if you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. Yeah, I guess it's gonna get pretty heated. This is gonna get heated. What up, Zanzi? What up, Zanzi? Now you know our debate's not gonna be all like we gonna do what we do on Sunday. So, but this because you've seen the league. It's a different. Like you said, it's about rhetoric. And what was done last night was a bunch of rhetoric. Rio does a bunch of singing and dancing, and and he gets people's emotions caught up, these feelings. And this is the trouble with people who don't I listen to the debate. Skeem made his points, and even though people, I give you, Skeem was having internet issues. His delivery was his Napoleon Dynamite delivery, but Skeem got his point across clear. He was saying that basically integration is the demise, and he made his point. So I definitely want Yanga to come back on here and address it. We gonna break down this debate because I don't see how the fuck people are saying Rio won, but it's all about convincing the judges. Oh, but all three judges, and we don't like it. Well, now we're acting like some damn kids. Now you're acting like goddamn kids. You know, shit. Man, I want him to get back on here so bad. What up, Zanzi? What up? What up? What up? Acting like some kids, man, because Rio does a nice song and dance, and he talks with this Sutton flow and the Martin Luther King flow and his and it's like he wasn't saying nothing. It was a bunch of 3-card shuffle. That's what the fuck it was. Yanga, please come back on here. I guess he's having trouble here. God damn. But in Skeem's Napoleon Dynamite delivery, oh gosh, he pretty much made his point. And that's what y'all black people are not liking. That's what y'all not liking. That's what the damn commissioners didn't like. Everybody had their preconceived favorite going into this debate. Let's see. What's Zanzi saying? My thinking is that the context of the debate with a panel of judges, the decision can be contested, but ultimately has to be respected. Thank you, Nen. Thank you, Zanzi. And that's what I wanted Free to come on here because, she's a former judge, but, I don't want to put nobody in no bad spot. So Free, I don't want to put you in a bad spot because I know, you friendly with the league and all that. See me, I'm not part of the league. I'm the ex-debater, so I'm just straight renegade. I control Black Sun. You see what I'm saying? Yes, I'm saying. Yes, I'm saying. So, anywho, I just don't understand how Rio won the debate when he was doing a lot of fluff and a lot of word salad. He was doing a lot of fluff and word salad. Rio, if you disagree with that, you can come on. The link is in the description. Skeem, congratulations. If you want to come on. I don't know if y'all get in trouble, whatever. Then don't come on, But the thing is, I'm gonna speak my piece, and hopefully Yang will get back on because I don't see it. I see it because I know how people are programmed to have their favorite debater, they song and dancer. They as another YouTube once posted, the minstrel show. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Yanga's back on. Yeah, let's do this, Yanga.
Yes.
Yeah, you back on. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Man.
Because you've been hoodwinked and bamboozled by goddamn singing and dancing.
You have.
You're a bull.
You have. I think what you have allowed, and I respect your atheism, but I think you've allowed your dislike for the church to cloud your judgment on clear facts. You're on about the preaching. When you said preaching,
I said if he doesn't preaching, he's gonna fucking annoy the judges. And
when you said that, though, that's what I want to talk about. When you said that, I thought you meant if he goes in. Yeah, let's talk about that. I thought you meant if he goes into. I thought you meant if he goes into proselytizing, if he goes into calling on Jesus and things of that. You can't. How is the judge penalizing him for his style, though? Someone could say, hey, you know what? I don't like Yanga because his voice has too much bass.
No. Let me
Come
talk
on, man. Come on.
No, let me keep it straight. Let me keep it straight.
Straight.
They refuse to be 3-card money by a Southern nigga.
It wasn't 3-card money. It wasn't 3-card money. You got 3-card money by a slick talking pimp dude. It was so slow, bro, that maybe it slowed your brain down. At what point did Skeem? At what point did Skeem argue to do? Listen, I'm gonna catch you. Listen, I'm gonna get you. What's the title of the debate? Because you arguing a point you don't even know. Yeah, what's the title of the debate?
The demise of the integration caused the demise of black people.
Where did Skeem? Yeah, was it the catalyst to the demise of black? Where did Skeem argue that?
He argued that when he showed that the decline, where he said we lost our businesses, we lost our independence, we lost our wealth, we lost black dollars.
He said it. Where did he show it? He didn't prove. He didn't show me that. He used Tulsa. He used Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Rio destroyed that by saying that Tulsa, one of the major players in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I believe it was the sheriff, was incorporated. That Tulsa, Oklahoma, was integrated in its inception and foundation. He didn't prove. Like, here's the crazy part. I agree with Skeem. I would have loved to see Skeem roast that shit. You know what? I'm not an integrationist. But all Rio had to do was prove that integration was not the catalyst to our demise. And he did it.
Please show me from your perspective where he showed it, because I saw a bunch of them.
Okay, I'll show you where he did it. He began to show that's where he showed it. That's where he showed it.
No real life proof as far as you know what I'm saying. What
he showed his job wasn't his job. He didn't show you that we weren't worse. He didn't show you that we weren't worse than we were before integration. See, you forgetting the debate Skeem.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you, Yanga, that
yes. Okay. So Rio. Let me. So Rio showed us.
He showed a bunch of things in writing, just like the Emancipation Proclamation is a bunch of writings. He showed a bunch of writings.
But did you get the point? That's what the debate is. That was his premises round. That's what he was. Listen, here's the point of the debate. Here's the point. That was his point. He had to show us where we weren't worse off after integration.
Right.
That was what he had to do.
And showing.
Okay,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I believe through his proof that, because now we're talking about the debates. We're off the judging. The judging, right. That is clear. They were wrong. Judges were wrong. Okay, but the debate, judges were clearly wrong. They said it. So we'll go back to that. We'll go back to that because I don't know what you were listening to.
How about this, Yanga? We're going to break this up. Let's start with the premise, and then we'll go to the judges last. Let's start with the premise.
Okay, let's start with the premise.
Please, let's do this, man. Let's do this.
I thought both presentations of the premise was strong. However, here's where I felt
Rio's premise was strong, sir.
Because I didn't. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't forget. I'm going to tell you why. I didn't forget the position Rio was debating. I didn't forget it. I think people forgot the position Rio was debating. All Rio had to do was show that we weren't worse off as a people after integration. He ain't got to get you to like integration. He ain't got to get you to accept it. He doesn't have to get you to show you that we're better off. He just had to show you that we weren't worse off. And he started bringing evidence after evidence of where integration.
Whoa, Yang, I got to stop you right there. I got to stop you right there. I got to stop you right there.
Let's stop. He didn't bring evidence.
He showed all legal documents. He didn't show.
That's the evidence, brother.
No, that's
what real time. What real time? What that is not why. That is why he lost, because judges like, if you were judging like that, hell yeah, he'd have lost. Listen to how y'all judging. What real time, son? How is he supposed to show it? He showed he did what he did. Where did Skeem show that we were? Where did Skeem show that we were worse off? Bring one proof. Bring one proof.
Just the cities. Like I said,
he didn't bring no source. What city?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
But he was wrong. Rio debunked that. Son, you just want to show. Rio debunked that. Rio debunked it. Rio debunked that. You wasn't watching the debate. You weren't watching the debate.
I watched it twice.
Rio debunked it. Rio debunked it when he came back. I believe it was the sheriff. But one of the founders, one of the key players in the founding of Tulsa, Oklahoma, got their endorsement, got sponsored, was heavily influenced by, help assisted by white people. And I think the brother Rio went so fucking far as he gave the devil's name. You hear me? Rio did his research. I
understand though, but that
Skeem, that pimp shit didn't work. Skeem thought he was going to get up there and do that slick pimp shit that Skeem do. He thought he was going to listen to Rio. He got him a couple times.
Wait, are we still talking the premise here? Are we still? Whoa! You jumped too far ahead. Are we still talking?
Okay, the premise. Yeah, premise. Skeem and his premise. Skeem and his premise didn't bring enough hardcore evidence for me. Hardcore evidence to show.
Okay. That's where we have in
this. Yeah. What we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking about now. We're talking about our opinions on the debate. Now we're talking about our opinions.
So in the judges of three, all three, they felt like, man, Rio didn't bring his case, brother.
But what did they feel? They weren't arguing the same case, though, brother. That's what you're not listening to the judges. They saying Rio didn't bring his case. Rio was debating them. Rio was debating. Who was he debating? The judges or Skeem?
We jumped ahead again. You got to convince the judges. You know that, Yanga. I told you from day one.
Absolutely. You got to convince the judges on the debate, though. On the debate, son. You got to, sir. You can't listen. If I go to court and I'm arguing my case for a parking ticket, I don't want to go to court and be judged for a murder. Bottom line, Rio wasn't judged for his case. Rio wasn't judged based on the debate. Where did you hear one judge? Because now we're back on the judges. Where did you hear one judge refer to the title of the debate? Even the judge, even Jerry.
Jared was annoyed by his goddamn preachiness. That
was one fuck up. That was one fuck up for a judge.
How no?
You can't. A judge has to be objective.
There has to be.
Listen, bro. You can't. This ain't a talent contest. This ain't a talent contest. This isn't about who can get up there and sing the dance the best. Was the evidence
Rio was doing, singing and dancing the
Rio
best.
wasn't. He wasn't. Rio's preaching style, as we see, apparently irritated the judges, which I felt like, damn, that's kind of bogus. However, his proof and evidence creamed everything else. He proved his point beyond a shadow of a doubt. You can't tell me where he didn't show you. I challenge you. Where in his premise, where do you feel like after integration, we're worse off? Where did Skeem prove it and where did Rio fail to prove it? If it was so clear, pick one part out of Skeem's argument that would clear, since the debate was so much Skeem, pick one part out of Skeem's argument And don't keep using this Tulsa because Rio debunked it. That made it crystal clear that we are worse off than we were before integration.
Skeem made a very in its premise that we just talking the premise here. Skeem made a very, I mean, he cut it clear with the economics when he talked about the black dollars, when he talked about how we were more efficient, that we were not dependent on white labor, white jobs, white schooling.
Okay.
He killed that. Rio
he didn't kill it.
Oh my gosh.
Rio came back and counted it. Did you hear Rio said that after Rio used Dr. Claude Anderson and then came back and talked about the trillions of dollars that black people have been able to make and accumulate, you know what I'm saying, since integration. He came back and killed it. We didn't, that's why I said Skeem. Skeem was arguing.
Trevor, Free Spirit, and y'all welcome to come on the panel. This ain't just me and
absolutely.
Y'all welcome to come. It's not a formal, it is something. Me and
this
Yanga
arena
this is arena. Y'all can come on out. Don't be scared. Y'all.
It's a discussion channel, man. We get in there and we're passionate, Like my man Black Sun said, there again, we're recapping the debate. Like Black Sun said, here's one of those rare instances that you will find he and I taking opposite positions on it, and it really is heated because shouts out again, man, to SVDL, the only league. It really is heated because it's to me why I think it's so dope. And unfortunately, I do hate it for Skeem. If we're talking personal, we're talking empathy here. It sucks. It has to be on Skeem's watch. But for the overall future of the league and the debaters, man, this is the best thing that could have happened. They have to address that shit. That type of shit can't continue to go on.
Because that affected Yanga's debates, my past debates when I was in the league. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the difference is Yanga has sportsmanship. Black Sun has sportsmanship. And Skeem has sportsmanship. I can't say that the same.
Are you implying that my dear brother Minister Rio was being unsportsmanlike?
Yes, sir. I stand by that. And so was Domo. And so was goddamn Anon in the past. There was a lot of these dudes that have poor sportsmanship. You know what? I'm gonna tell you where fucking Rio killed himself. No, man, fuck. I'm about to
talk to me.
Goddamn turn up. First of all, Rio was like, that's why I'm gonna leave. Nigga, if you were gonna leave, you would have just fucking left. No, you want goddamn the commissioners to come in. Oh no, Rio, we gonna hold your hand. What kind of bitch shit is that? That's a straight up.
I'm gonna tell you two things. Let me say this. Two things. I'm glad he didn't leave. Secondly, I'm glad he took that. I'm glad he took that. Somebody had to stand up and take that stance. If not, this shit will continue and continue and continue. I'm glad, like I said, I hated it had to be the Skeem and Rio debate. I've been so looking forward to it.
Yanga, we looking for. See, the problem with black people is that
we do have a system. We saw the system working for us. Finally, there's a system that works for us. We have a judicial system. We have judges. We have the host. So they did their thing. Here's the fortunate for the debaters part is that the system over the judgment, over the judicial system, so to speak, found it improper, found it questionable, and man, come on. I mean, everybody, come on, son. If we're going to be honest, as freedom fighters, we have to be honest. And then at the very,
come on, bro. Why do we need judges?
I mean,
these judges take their time.
So explain to me, like I asked you, explain to me about the Supreme Court then. So you're saying the Supreme Court is really just a big waste of fucking time? What about you? I mean, so you're saying we should stop at the state judge? A judgment, you should never be able to appeal your case?
I'm not saying that. But
this is all this is. It's an appeal. It's an appeal. What do you mean no?
Bullshit. It's
questionable.
Bullshit.
It's questionable. At the least, I think Rio won. At the very least,
I think
it's questionable.
Won.
And we should have, there you go, and it's questionable. Skeem's going to have a right. What the commissioner said is said that they are going to review. And then they said they're going to review the judges. We don't know. We don't even know. We don't even, man, because no disrespect to Skeem, but you called out Rio. for crying. And no disrespect to my brother Skeem, but you didn't call brother Skeem out for crying. Well, this shit gay. This
This
shit
shit
gay.
is gay.
You the
After
same
the
type of
fact, it's like,
so you can be crybaby on one end, but can't cry.
no,
Man, come on, man, with the
no, but
bullshit.
listen, no,
Listen,
because
listen.
this is a
The
bunch of
judges
elitism,
were
man.
wrong,
Shit.
bro.
No, all three.
The judges were
All three. All three.
the judges. I
All
don't
three.
listen.
All
They
three.
didn't listen.
All three.
Listen, I'm about to explain it to you. They didn't call out names to which I think was very wise that they did call out that. They said they have judges and they said they have particular judges that they're going to go back and review, that they're noticing a pattern. I think that speaks to a good system. It speaks to an observant system. It speaks to a system that is balancing itself out and going to for fairness as closely as possible in the league. If you go to, you're talking like the judges should be the final say. And you clearly hearing judges fuck up. One judge, I believe it was Sam. One judge, Sam said, what did Sam say? So tell me this, how do you justify this? How do you justify what Judge Sam said when he said, Rio failed to convince me that we're better off after integration?
Right.
How do you justify losing because of that? That's not the damn debate.
Okay, well,
that ain't even the debate. What do you mean Rio didn't convince me we're better off after integration? That ain't the debate. So how do you lose to that? How do you sit back and accept that I lost to a debate that I'm not even debating?
Yanga.
How do you accept that?
Yanga.
You talk about injustice. Come on. Kudos for the commissioner, man. Kudos for the commissioner stepping in.
I see preferential treatment.
That was some preferential. That if they would, let me tell you something. If the commissioners wouldn't have stepped in, a lot more people than Rio would have been questioning the validity of the damn league had they not stepped in and said. And then too, let me say this as a disclaimer, son, because you and I are going back and forth. Hold on, let me say this as a disclaimer, because you and I are going back and forth. We don't even know that it may. We don't know what that meant. What I am with what Solar and Commissioner Angel said, they said they're going to review it. We don't know what that meant. We're being a little premature, but what I am glad about,
I'm not being premature,
and I'm so passionate about, is that they're willing to review that bullshit. That they're willing to review that bullshit, man. Clearly, that was imbalanced and unjust, man. Come on, man.
Yang, I think that's disrespectful to the judges. It's disrespectful to Skeem, and it's disrespectful to it's disrespectful all the way around. It's disrespectful to you.
It's disrespectful to Skeem. It's disrespectful to Rio. It is. But instead of what I did commend Rio and Skeem. Shouts out there again, man, to the debaters, man. Some of the best debaters in the fucking debating world at the league. I commend those two for, like they were saying to one another, it isn't you. It isn't you. And it was sensitive at times, it was like, Rio had his thing to say, Skeem said his thing, Rio like, damn, you talking to me? It's sensitive. However, and I'm not saying we should be mad at anyone. We should be looking at in that particular debate, the judgment. We had two dynamic debaters. They both fought their motherfucking hearts out. But from at the judge's own admission, I know, not think or believe, I heard from their own admission that these guys weren't judging the debate.
But Yanga, you said yourself, Yanga, that Skeem did a good job. Did you not admit to that, sir?
He did shit, yeah. Okay. Skeem did his thing, man.
Okay.
And I mean, Skeem was.
And you got to understand, by going in there, first of all, I'm going to keep it real. There's a bias going in there. There is a bias from you, the commissioners, from the audience, from the judges. There is a standard going into that debate. When you have a name like Rio and a name like Skeem, there already is a preconceived notion like the Domo debate.
I believe that. And I believe that's what caused Rio. That's what caused Rio his debate, like it caused Domo. I told you that. I said, when you're of such a caliber, yourself, I put myself in that category. Domo, Rio, Suave, these people on such a caliber. When you go in line, when you go into judgment, you go in with an X on your back. because they're already looking for a certain level of performance off the gate.
Right.
You got to come out no less than an 8 at the gate. And then if you have judges that are sick of your shit, like we don't want to hear that preaching shit from Rio. I might have judges say, I don't want to hear that black nationalist shit. They got them with dumb. Hold on, man. You
okay, go ahead.
We go ahead, bro. In my last, and I didn't mean to say hold on in that way. In my last thing though, we come in when you're good. You already come in with marks against you. And I see that that's what called one of the things that caused Rio last night. We heard it from the judges. He was debating the judges. They were coming up with facts and shit that wasn't even in Skeem's debate.
That's who you're debating at the end of the day.
You're not. You're not.
We're not debating, but you're convincing. You have to convince all three.
You have to convince them.
Come on, man.
Right. I agree with that, but the judges have to come in like dum-dums. You can't. It's like if I'm debating a 3-year-old. Hold on. Check this out, though. If I'm debating a 3-year-old, and the person listening to the debate is in college, how am I supposed to have to convince the college professor at a 3-year-old level? You see what I'm saying? You can't. He can't convince them because he's debating shit in their head that he don't know what he's thinking that they're listening to the exchange between he and Skeem. But they're in their head like, oh, he should have said, no, that ain't right. That ain't right. No, the judges have to be completely objective, man.
I disagree with that. Let me tell you why. Because you got the high caliber debaters, the Anons, the Domos, the Rios, the Suaves. You got to understand that the judge is looking for that greatness, that kill shot. Okay. So yeah, the expectation is high. Even you're expecting it. The commissioners, the audience, everybody's expecting that kill shot because you are an elite debater. That's number one. And for somebody like Skeem, you're supposed to make the kill cut and clear. The kill was not cut and clear. Just for the fact that we having a debatable even discussion on a rookie and a veteran. That right there, it speaks volumes. It's like, the judges was like, where's that clear cut shot? He was doing.
I think it was clear.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It was clear to me. Let me ask you this. You didn't answer my question. Where are we worse off? Where did Skeem? You never gave me. You said the economics, but you didn't even bring the proof. But you didn't bring the proof. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
all the cities.
Bring
the cities that
you can't because he didn't bring it clear cut.
Yanga,
you making me critique Skeem's debate, and I don't want to seem like I'm coming at Skeem like that. But since we're debating this position, let me show you how clear. And before I do that, here's how crazy this is. I don't even agree with Rio's position. I totally don't agree. However, he brought it so clear that I still remember the facts he brought. You're screaming economics. Skeem brought economics. You ain't quoted one source. Skeem had. I can quote you the sources. Rio brought you Claude, and he used a quote from Claude Anderson. I forget exactly where he got the quote about the.
They both did.
They both did, and that.
That's why it was a good debate. They both brought it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
Skeem didn't bring that. I'm not saying Skeem didn't bring this. Here's what I'm saying. Skeem brought his thunder. Just wasn't this debate. He took it, and now we're back on the debate aspect.
This is one of his best
listening
debates.
To Skeem,
I disagree with that.
I can't.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Give me a kill shot. I mean, give me one thing that Skeem just staggered Rio.
No, it wasn't.
How do you remember something?
Rio. No, it wasn't about staggering Rio. It was making his point. Like, he showed time evidence. Like I said, with the economics, with farming, with the schooling, this is real reality. So I get where the judge.
He failed. He failed. He failed. He showed. He showed real-time evidence of why Black nationalism is better for us, but in showing where we're worse off as a people, he did. I think he could have.
hold on. He showed worse with the incarceration rate, with the single fatherhood, with the what else? The crime rate. Oh, Rio. I mean, Skeem
He didn't
showed that.
tie it to integrate. He
He
didn't tie
did.
it. He didn't
He
tie
did
that
because all
to.
this happened after integration.
I didn't. But he didn't make the connection strong enough for me.
He did. He did.
He
He
didn't
did.
make it.
He did. He did.
I just didn't get it. I didn't
Oh,
get it.
okay.
I
Well,
think
I
he
didn't get
came back.
Rio's.
I think he was strongest. I think he was strongest in his premise. I think he did a little bit in the. I think it was the rap. Well, when he was. I think it was the rapid fire, or it might even have been a little bit in his closing. But other than that, man, Rio owned it. And then on top of that, and I hate to bring this up because I may have the same problem: internet connection. You know what I'm saying? One of the things they tell me about the playoffs is
I agree. No, I agree with you on the internet connection. I
man,
think
it was just
right. I get it, and that's what people are upset about. Skeem's flow mixed with his internet connection is fucking annoying, but he still made his point though, Yanga. What I'm saying
I don't.
with all of goddamn Rio's glitter and gold, he was doing a 3-card
I
money, and y'all fell for that
I
shit.
tell you what.
You fell
Let's
for that
do a.
shit.
I tell you what. Let's do it. All of y'all out there listening.
Y'all fell for that
to
goddamn
our
shit.
listeners, to our listeners out there, man, let's do a quiet little survey or something. If you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and we don't want to start any trouble, I would just like to know a survey out of the masses, a populace survey, if you will. Who believed that Skeem really pulled it off that time? I think it was a great debate. I think it was fire. However, just the son schemed it. I know that's your listen. I know that's your guy. I know that's your guy. 10 toes down. That's my guy. But if you're gonna be honest about this debate, if you keep setting him up like that, he's gonna get destroyed in the debaters world. If you don't really advocate for the truth of the matter, you're gonna set Skeem up to get destroyed. He didn't pull it off, man. He had Skeem dazed a couple instances. Skeem went to the looks. He was hoping. I love Skeem. I love his listening abilities. He was listening, hoping for a loophole. He wasn't finding many. You know, Rio was docked for being. They called him, said he was being sarcastic. I mean, it was just it was questionable. I'm gonna say that it was very questionable.
There was not a. Would you say it was a clean kill by Rio's part? Because that's what the judge was looking for. They're not looking for the 3-card.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Okay. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't give it a precise kill. I wouldn't even. You know what? Like I'm saying, if the judges wasn't so fucked up, and Skeem would have won. If the judges, I'm telling you, sir, if the judges wouldn't have out of their own mouths, out of their own fruition, sit there and say what they was judging on, which was contrary to the debate. If Skeem would have won then, I wouldn't have had nothing because it was a good debate. It was that tight. I'd be like, damn, I didn't see Skeem winning that.
Okay, so wait a minute. Whoa. So your whole thing is the judges. Your whole thing is the judges.
My whole thing is the judges.
Okay, so then, you know what? Let's forward to the judges because I'm not going to sit up here and you just admitted that Skeem did a good job on his premise. You're saying you were having a disagreement. You're saying he really didn't connect. He connected to me. He showed where more incarceration, more single parenting, goddamn illiteracy rate went down. We had economical. I mean, when you talk about integration, we had that prior to integration, and he showed that. Even when you look at the legal documents that Rio was showing, Rio was actually proving Skeem's case, and I'm like, yo, are people not catching this? Wait a minute.
How was he proving his case? How was he proving his case?
Okay, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it seems like anytime the white man puts anything into legislation, it's to better fit white people. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I told you, like I said, I agree with Skeem. I agree with what Skeem was trying, but here's what I do.
Okay.
I listen of what I wish the judges would have done. I listen objectively. Like I am on Skeem's side. I'm in his corner. I believe in that philosophy. I agreed with everything he said. But if I'm listening to the debate like someone who doesn't know anything, I'm looking at the title of the debate. Is integration.
Yanga, you have such a love for Black people that, and you have, and because your son has a Southern accent, okay, and when, and you may or may not see this because you really have a love for black people, but black people from the East Coast, West Coast, North, South, they get irritated when somebody tries to play them. Okay. They get very irritated.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm in the position I am, because people try to play me for them and I don't like the shit. So when you got
Where did
somebody like,
Rio play him though?
Rio was playing the judges with that fast talk. And I told you, Yanga, from the get
His,
go, before this bait even started, I said, if he does that preachy shit, I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm just talking about the rhythm and the flow, the goddamn 3-card money. It just so happens it's just in a preachy voice. It's a prophesizing voice.
but he wasn't 3-card Montying. That's the thing. Rio brought his evidence. If you can't because the judge doesn't like his flow. Because the judge doesn't like it.
When you do that, you insult black people more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because hold on. When let me just tell you, black people in New York, black people in Chicago, black people in LA, black people from Atlanta, black people from Texas, black people from Missouri, they have a sense of pride where they're from. Okay, everybody from their state think that they're more superior than the people from the other state. I'm from LA, West Side. We feel like we the damn best gangsters. Okay, anybody else cripping and blooding from any other state, we feel like y'all false flagging. We feel like y'all fakes, frauds, whatever. That's how we feel. In the South, they have a certain way. In New York, they feel like they created hip hop and this and that and blah blah blah. Even the Jamaicans do it. Where am I going with this, Yanga? What I'm saying is that every black person in every state feels that they're superior. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, they like their states. Okay.
They like their states, right. And with that state, it's no different than gangbanging. It's no different than gangbanging. Right. Okay. Right. So when you got a person from another state trying to fast talk you, and this is why the 3-card money doesn't work in South Central LA. West Side, because we feel insulted by New Yorkers, people from New Jersey.
Exactly. That's why you couldn't.
Oh, but
that's why, like you said, it's like a gang thing. So would you have a Crip judge? Would you have So would you have a Crip judge a blood event? That's basically what you're saying. We don't give a fuck where he's from. We don't give a fuck if he don't like my man. Shit. But it would be biased because that Crip would be judging according. Oh, these niggas don't know how to see woke, cuz. But they bloods. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You can't come in there. He can't.
Oh shit! Yeah. Hey, Yanga, he's gonna come back in. Hey, we having a good time, y'all. This, me and Yanga, we this is what we do in the arena, man. Shout out to y'all. Hey, hit the like. Hit the subscribe, hit the subscribe. Oh, share. Hit the share button and hit the y'all commenting now. So, real quick, shout out to Twin Pyramid, shout out to Free Planet, Free Spirit. Shout out to Straight Talk with Trevor. Trevor, one of these days we're gonna get you on here, brother. I mean, I know you're at work and everything. But we got to get you on here. Zanzi, we getting you on here tomorrow. Don't worry, it's not going to get heated like this. Actually, you know what? Me and Zanzi, he's from the PSN community. We've actually had some heated debates like this, You know what, Zanzi, we going to show him Zanzi ain't no joke. So we definitely going to, we definitely going to show that. Deacons of Reality, shout out to you, brother. We just waiting for Yanga to get back on. This is, but man, whew, yeah, that debate, don't mind if it does. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Zinzi, you know how we get down, brother. You know how we get down. Again, shout out to both debaters. In my opinion, I told Yanga, if Rio comes with that preachy style, this has nothing to do with his religion and him believing in Jesus. If you come with that preachy style, it's going to come off as a 3-card Monty. And black people, we're very We have to learn to accept the judges. And you tell Yanga that. Tell Yanga that. The commissioners put these judges in position. I don't, and all three judges, I don't get it. I don't get what's the gripe, man. Yo, Rio, dude, bro, you looking like a sore loser out here. Same to you, Domo. You look like a sore loser, man. Hell, Rio, when we debated, I had one of the judges say, well, Black Son, I ain't trying to be a vegan. No, the debate was, are we anatomically designed to rip into a cow with our flat teeth and our nails? No, we're not. That was the debate, but did I cry about it? No, I lost by 1 point. And even Rio called me and said, Black Son, you won that debate. Shout out to Rio, man. But I think you lost that debate, brother. You lost it. Now I understand the commissioners, Solar and Angel are going to go back and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But y'all put those judges there. But you know what? I'm not going to get into that because I'm not in the league. So, and that's why I'm not in the league, because I speak my mind. Okay. Yeah. So anywho, I don't know if Yang is going to come back on. He's having technical issues, but y'all know I only do an hour show. So maybe Yanga can get back on and we can close this thing out. But man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's see what Zanzi says. I do believe that there should be an appeal process available, and they're doing that. They're doing that. Like I said, a decision can be contested, but until it is overturned by due process, it has to be respected. That's my whole argument, Zanzi. That's my whole argument. So I agree with that. But apparently these people are not respecting all three judges. A unanimous decision that Skeem won the debate over Rio. And I knew I was going to get on here with Yanga, so I said, you know what? Let me watch this again because, Yanga, like Zanzi, Yanga ain't nobody to play with him when it comes to debate, man. He's nice. So, I looked at it again and I'm like, yeah, man. Okay, Yanga's back, y'all. He's back. Okay, Yanga. You back, baby. I was just unmute your mic. Their replacement judges. Green. What up, Green? Hey, Green, hop on the panel, man. Hey,
Green?
Man.
So quit hitting my kill switch, man. Quit knocking me. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you, man.
Hey, I'm already struggling being shadow banned by YouTube. I wouldn't do that to you, baby. No.
Okay, I'm teasing, man. Hey, man. Trying to get this show in, poor internet connection. Loving this show, man.
And that's why I think people were upset with Skeem, because of his internet connection. His internet connection plus flow get a bunch of angry niggas riled up. But he made his point. And
okay, so here's my whole thing. So what if I was judging Skeem and I was like, well, I don't like how slow and the Skeem is. I don't like his cadence or his rhythm.
That's what's happening. That's happening by that. But actually, you asking me that, Daniel, is already happening with you, the commissioners, and the people in the chat, and Stalin over there. Also, I'm not going to mention, Stalin. All these people had a preconceived notion, and they didn't like Skeem's flow. Fortunately, you do, and you can listen.
I think all that. Yeah, but I like Snoop Dogg,
I know you do. I do too. But people out there, majority of black people prefer and don't watch this hand, but this hand.
Okay. So they may not. And people are entitled. People are entitled to that opinion, especially as us spectators. We have our different debaters. We like certain things about it. When you don the robe or the position, the title of judge, you should, I believe, come in objectively. You're listening to both debaters. you should hear both sides, and you should judge from that. I don't. They did. No, they did not, son. Did you not hear them? They told you what they were judging.
What did I tell you though? What did I tell you before this event? I told you before you cut up, Yanga. I told you if he comes with that preachy, he's gonna get on their nerves. Don't do that. And I said it.
Okay.
Maybe you know what? Maybe Rio's mistake was not watching the arena uncensored. Maybe that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, you said we broke down, we analyzed it. Okay, even if I was to concede to that point, even if I said, okay, I give you that, which I totally, I agree with preaching. I'm thinking you're talking about. I think you're talking about proselytizing. If he gets in there and starts calling to his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I didn't know you were talking about his particular style. I mean, that sucks. However, let me say this: even if I were to concede, even if I were to concede, and even if I were to say, okay, granted, they didn't like the preachy style. What about the 99 other freaking things that they judged on erroneously that didn't even have to do with the fucking debate? If I give you that one thing, there's still 100 more that they debated on, that they judged on, that wasn't relative to the title of the debate.
But Yanga, that preachiness can lose somebody. It can have different effects on different people. And what I'm saying, and I told you, Yanga, that he at the end of the day, you got to convince the judges, Yanga. Now, it's not Yanga.
I disagree with you.
You can disagree with me.
I disagree with you. I disagree with the whole preaching. Absolutely, but the judges have to be impartial. The judges have to be objective. They were not.
If you are insulting my intelligence, I'm going to goddamn strike that against
you. How am I insulting you? By talking? By talking, I'm insulting you. You're telling me Rio insulted their intelligence because he's a Southern preacher. That judge should be kicked off the bench. If that's what causes Rio to lose a debate because he's a Southern preacher, come on, man. That's exactly what you're saying, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. They didn't say that. So let's get that for the record straight. They didn't say that. I'm saying
he almost said it. He said it. He said the preachiness. He said about the preachiness.
Don't do that almost shit, because we know almost.
Hey, I don't want to put words. He said the preachiness, though. He said the preachiness. Only reason I'm conceding to that fact is because I want to show you that it was so much more than just there being bias against Rio's geographical location or geographical birthplace. You know what I'm saying? And his religious beliefs. So not only was that bullshit that they judged him on, it was everything.
You can't make this about religion. It's not about religion. Again, that's why I took the analogy.
You said he got too preachy?
Yanga.
You said what?
When I say preachy, okay, I use that word, but please listen to, that's why I use the analogy. It's not even about the preachiness. It's not, you okay, black sons and atheists, we all get that. What I'm saying is people from California, we feel like we're the best. People from Cleveland feel like they're the best.
I got it. Okay. And that's bias. Right. That's bias. That's bias, son. You don't see that's bias? If California people think they're the best, you can't take him to judge a New York hip hop contest. He's not going to judge it unbiasedly because they're going to have an air of, that's what Rio was facing. They didn't come in unbiased. Rio was debating their intellect. He shouldn't have had to debate the judge's knowledge. Right. So, he should have debated what he was doing, Skeem.
See, let me turn up. I'm just going to keep
turn up. You can't defend that bullshit. You know they were being biased.
Right now, I'm about to defend it right now, okay? See, you and the rest of the people can be all political, but Black Son gonna speak his mind. See, what I'm saying is that I'm gonna speak it. Rio was doing the 3-card mantra. How?
Where was the illusion? Where was the illusion in what he was saying?
The delusion was showing all these court documents, but not showing any real-time proof. I'm not falling for the emancipation.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean? He showed nothing in his premise. Oh my God! What the hell?
For you and I,
that real-time proof. He showed a bunch of documents. For you and I,
son. For you and I agree. For you and I, he asked me a question last night on Out the Blue. Rio did. He said, Yanga, how would you come at that? And it was so on the spot. I really didn't have nothing off the top of my head because that's how thorough I thought his research was. Here's what I'm saying. For you and I, we know that. But if we're judges, if we're going in it objectively, if you're someone that doesn't know about Black nationalism, if you're someone that doesn't know about the dangers and the destruction of integration and assimilation and acclimatizing to these devils, then if you were listening to that the first time, Rio did his shit. If you were listening to that, if you didn't know, he did his shit. He showed me. I came out listening to, I even put it in the chat room. I said, damn, Rio can sell that bullshit, can't he? I came out, I know what he's saying is bullshit, but he sold it.
Right.
He did a sterling job of selling it.
Why do you think the judges didn't see that bullshit, Yanga? That's all I'm saying.
Because they weren't being objective. They weren't being objective. They were judging. They know it's bullshit.
How objective do you need to be? Oh, geez. How objective do you need to be to see bullshit? To see when person's doing a word salad? Because it took a minute for me to convince you that Domo was doing a bunch of word salad. Now it's out. He was doing a bunch of word salad. It got so bad to where, he blocked Blackson because I exposed his style. How long will it take y'all to figure out Rio? Because Rio's actually more likable than Domo. How long is y'all to wake up to that?
You're wrong. You're wrong this time. And Domo, I agreed with the word salad just because of the position Domo had taken. But we have discussed.
No, you did not.
We have discussed.
You were vehemently against.
I'm saying now after you.
Don't make me rewind.
No, rewind it. Rewind it. I was not rewind that. I was not against Skeem. No, I was not, son. I was not against.
What?
We're gonna go back and look at the tape. Go back and look at the tape. I was not against. Man, I congratulated Skeem up and down. I called him David and Goliath. Yes, I was shocked. How is that against being against a victory? Shocked is not against a victory. I was shocked. Skeem put it off and congratulated him.
Being shocked shows a preconceived bias. It shows a preconceived bias. It does.
If I was a judge, absolutely. If I was a judge, absolutely. As a spectator, I'm allowed to have my favorite. I'm a spectator. I'm allowed to look at the stats, see who I think. As a spectator, as a judge, you have to be objective. The judge's problem was they stated, no, they weren't. Black Son, did you not listen to what they said?
I did.
You didn't hear what they said. You're being biased. Bro, you're not going to be able to talk your man into a victory. The commissioners might let the victory stand, but everyone knows that those judges were wrong. It's not about Skeem. See, what you're doing, you're trying to get us to question Skeem's debate skills. It wasn't about his debate skills. It was about the bias of the judges. The judges let you know they weren't judging according to the debate. What part of that didn't you hear? What part of that didn't you hear? They didn't judge Rio according to the debate.
The debate I heard from Rio was not convincing. I'm talking about just real smart premise.
I could give you that. I could give you that if the judges would have judged him according to the debate. They didn't.
So
they didn't judge him according to the debate. Of course, it didn't convince you and I because we know it's bullshit. His debate, his argument didn't convince. They might know it's bullshit, but Skeem didn't prove it was bullshit.
Oh God, Yanga, come on, man.
Skeem didn't. Skeem not clearly enough. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion enough. And I would say this about the judges, though, which are two separate incidents. The judges stated, son, here's what you're not hearing, and here's where you're trying to get around. Here's what you're not trying to really address. Yes, you are. You dancing. Put on your red dress and some of your dancing shoes. You ain't gonna be able to dance around this one, brother. No, the judges stated. The judges stated. We did not, in so many words, judge him according to the title. Sam said Judge Sam said, he did not convince me that we were better off after integration. This is what Judge Sam said. What the fuck? What debate is that? Did I tune into the wrong debate? What was that the debate? That wasn't the debate. That wasn't Rio's position. He didn't have to prove that we were better off. If that's a whole nother debate, were we better off with integration? That's a whole nother debate.
Oh man, Yanga. Goddamn.
That's a whole nother debate. That's a whole nother. Rio's only job was to have to show that we were not in a worse position after integration. That integration wasn't the start of our demise. You know what I'm saying? He could have shown crack was the start of our demise. He could have shown absentee fathers.
I thought he did. He did.
And he did. And he did, which took it off of integration. When you say the catalyst, when you say integrate, do you know how? Listen, go back to our show, rewind our show. And I told you, I said, Skeem's going to have a problem with that title. When you say the catalyst of Black people's demise, you're saying that integration is the worst thing that could have possibly happened to Black people. I may be in agreement, but do you know the burden of proof of that? There's a burden of proof that goes with making that statement.
Proof in the time frame he brought.
I'm gonna tell you. Now we go back to my opinion. I don't feel like he did, and maybe that's because I'm a Black nationalist. Maybe because I'm a Black nationalist, I don't feel like he really brought that clear cut and precise. That's my opinion. You know, I thought he did a hell of a job. Just that part, making it, you know, with bodying him. I didn't think he did it. I didn't think that Rio failed in us. Rio failed in showing. I don't think Rio failed in showing that we weren't in a worse position. But my biggest, now all of those are my opinions. They can come and go. You can take them or leave them. My biggest grievance, which is a fact recorded, is the judges did not judge the debate, and there was clear bias. I mean, it's not nothing that we're speculating. It was clear. They said it. Damn, that's like saying I did it, and you got the smoking gun, and you sitting there still trying to say, well, you know, I don't know, Yanga. You know, the judges got the smoking gun, man.
Yanga, can we close? Let me just ask you. I'm gonna ask you one last question before we close it out. Is it Skeem and Rio's job to convince the judges? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I want.
You can't close. How you gonna close the? That's why you in favor of the judges. That's why you in favor of the judges, because you got that damn gavel. You got some. You got some connection to the judges. You know, no, man. Absolutely. Listen. Hey. You empathize with the judges. You got the gavel. Listen. I agree with you. You're right. We leave the decisions up to the judges. Absolutely. And that has been what has been happening. There again, man, big shouts out to Commissioner Angel, Commissioner Sola, hold on, SVDL for stepping up when shit has gone too far, when you can no longer sweep the trash under the rug because the lump has turned into a mountain. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows there's trash under the rug. So it was time for them to step in. I will end on this. I need a gavel. I need somebody. I'm going to end on this note. Fire show. There you go. Fire. It was fire show. I appreciate you guys. It was the judge's own admission that they did not judge Rio according to the debate, and that there was some bias, and that they had interjected their own knowing and knowledge and position on the debate. It's clear. Go back, re-listen to the judges, and it would be clear. Had that not have happened, we'd have had another another show with me and Ob. Like, damn, Skeem, you're pulling it off. Wow, congratulations. Da 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 da. But when I heard the judges, I was like, oh man, that's really, Skeem should be mad at the judges. If you're gonna be mad, don't even be mad. Let me retract that. Positive energy, people. Good, loving vibrations, please. But if you're gonna be disappointed with the judges. The judges calls Skeem his victory. Calls Skeem a undisputed victory. Now this victory is disputed. Even if they let the statement stand. Even if the win stands for Skeem, the victory is tainted. It's too much controversy behind it.
Hold on. The judges fucked it up. Hold on. It's tainted either way. Because even if the decision is reversed, it looks bad.
I don't think it's all going to look bad. If I could interject with them, and we don't even know, like I said earlier, we're speaking prematurely. We don't know what the decision is going to be, but we're just throwing it out here. We're in our bag of what ifs. In my bag of what ifs, I would like to see, them not, if they reverse the decision, to give them another opportunity to debate. I don't think they're going to just take it from Skeem and give it to Rio. I do believe that should they reverse the decision, I would like to see those two have another opportunity. Those two to have another opportunity to debate.
I disagree.
And I think that would be right and exact.
That would disrupt the whole system because then KOT
Why?
and Yanga have to debate. How?
I mean,
because it's preferential. Because first of all, nobody has said. Actually, people have said stuff about, and shout out to KOT about you and KOT's debate.
I remember.
People have said stuff about past debates. So now we gotta have preferential treatment for Rio and Skeem and everybody else.
I don't call it preferential. I don't call it preferential treatment. I don't call it preferential treatment. I call it presidents. I call it presidents. I don't call it preferential treatment. It's presidents. Because, okay, you know what? We can't go back in the past. It may cause bring a lot of things in question. And we may not be able to go back in the past. But what it does do is sportsmanship is important. Please believe that. I'm not going to downplay that. But what this decision does do, what them stepping in does, is it sets the pace for the future. It gives because it sets a bit because it's not just a Skeem thing. Debaters are watching this shit, and Rio said some real shit. You may have called it crybaby, but he said some real shit. He's like, who the freak wants to devote all his time, energy, and effort into a debate and not get? He didn't even say win or lose. He didn't say lose. He said, and not be taken in real consideration. There should not be judged fairly. I get that. He wasn't judged fairly. He was not judged fairly. You're going to sit there and tell me you really believe Rio would. Now, listen, take it off the Skeem. Take it off even Rio's debate. Take it off their performances.
Right.
They both did wonderful jobs. Let's go to the judgment. In your heart of hearts, do you really believe that Rio was judged fairly?
I do. I believe he was judged just like I was judged, just like you were judged. Now what?
Let me tell you something. Because if a judge would have said that, you know what? I don't like the way you did. If a judge said, well, Mike Yanga's
Blackson, you haven't not convinced me to be a vegan. I'm like, this is not what that debate is about. So yes, happened.
Then you know what you should have done? The same thing that is being done now.
I'm a good sportsman.
I mean, if you can
I can say the same about you, Yanga. Which you
I'll take. Yeah. I would say that too. I would say, you know what? I took the L. Okay. I personally, but I'm gonna be honest, throwing my thing out there. I think KOT won. I'm gonna be honest. I think I underestimated him.
Shout out to KOT. He's one of my faves, man. Shout out to KOT. Yeah. I'm just saying that was a controversial debate. Shout out to KOT, man. I fuss with you, KOT. You one of my faves, man, coming into this league. So this is not.
I'm gonna see KOT season 5. I'm gonna make you cry, KOT season 5. I'm gonna get tears out your ass, brother. Season 5, man, I'm gonna make you cry for what you did to me in the playoffs. I'm at KOT. I got a hit list. Ha!
Hey,
you know,
hey,
no, but
I always
shit.
said KOT versus Yanga was a mirror match because y'all both, y'all really.
Hey, man,
that was like a
I
mirror
really
match.
enjoyed. I enjoyed that second debate with KOT because it was a mirror match because he allowed me to see, where I can overconfident, be thorough in certain things.
Right. Me and Inyame was a mirror match. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Inyame, my biggest loss.
And where's Inyame at, man? I ain't seen Inyame in a minute. Where's Inyame?
You gotta ask Darkside, man. Shout out to Darkside. You gotta ask Darkside.
Shout out to Darkside. Shout out to Darkside. Yeah, man. Hey, man. I don't know. All I'm saying and what I'm standing on is shout out to the commissioners for that bold, badass move, y'all. That was I know, man, needed. Shout out for and the judges, man. Tighten up, judges. Tighten up. That's what I'm standing on. Other than that, man, as far as the debaters are concerned, that shit was fire.
It was fire.
That was fire. It's so fire. Look, it caused this much controversy. Yeah.
But in that debate, I still saw, in my opinion, where Rio was doing the 3-card money, and I felt I was getting irritated. And I was I just
clearly
that's what I saw.
Clearly
I was looking for the clearly so as far as what I saw, but I don't know. We disagree. We
disagree. I think he proved his case. I think Rio proved this. I think Rio proved his case.
He didn't got the damn 3-card money over you. Then you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean nobody. They didn't show me like what I didn't do. Like I know it's bullshit, but that's because I know I can't put that on Skeem, and that's what the judges did. I might know.
Skeem and Rio have to convince the 3 judges.
I agree, but they have to convince them according to the debate, not according to what the judges believe or think. And they judged Rio according to what they believe, think, and know, not according to the title of debate. Rio, I think, proved his point in showing that black, even though it's bullshit, but showing that black people weren't in a worse position before integration.
I was looking for it. I didn't see it, sir. So
I mean, just him, talking about segregation, the horrors of being segregated, as opposed. Then he went to show, even though, like I said, I know it to be bullshit. He went to show economic advancements. He didn't show decline. He showed economic advancements. He showed educational advancements. Well,
right, and
Skeem killed that. Skeem killed that.
Skeem killed that. He killed that. Because he talked about incarceration. Incarceration killed that.
And then Skeem talked about the integration and them playing with numbers. He's like, okay, but look at what charts you're using, and this is after integration, and this is them integrating into white schools. So if you're looking at it on number statistics and shit like that. So a lot of things he did. Like I said, I'm not saying that Skeem was no dodo. Don't get it twisted.
No, he wasn't. In fact,
I go back and
what was expected of everybody was a clean cut kill.
I don't know about that. You think?
No, that's what the judges.
I don't know about that.
That's what the judges were expecting.
And that's where they aired. And that's where they aired. That's where they went in with their bias. So that worked against. That's what I'm talking about. But that works against Rio. But you can't be. You went in with your bias. You went in with your bias. Yes, you did. You went in. Who did you go in and think was going to win? Skeem.
I didn't know. Honestly, didn't know.
Man, we gonna rewind the tape, son. You were now. You were for Skeem. You said if. Exactly. That's why you said if Rio, like you said, if Rio comes,
they don't have to convince Blackson. They got to convince the judges, not Blackson. So I don't know.
But the judges have to debate according to the debate. I don't know what part of that you don't get. They're not judging according to the debate. They don't get to judge just because they wear the title judge. They don't get to just judge anything. There's a structure, like you said, a system.
Rio's word salad and style was not according to the debate. How about them apples?
That still doesn't fly because the judges didn't judge according what you can't get around, son. What you can't, despite what do you say about Rio's debate style, his preaching, whether he didn't do the job or did the job, whatever, those are our opinions. They can come and go. Like you said, it sticks with the judges. However, the judges clearly stated that they did not judge according to the debate, that they broke the system, that they broke the structure, that they're going to fly from the seat of their pants.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, Yanga. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. We here in Georgia, right? And we have like an all-white jury with a white judge. And then this nigger comes in with gold teeth, sagging pants, and goddamn flickering his dreads everywhere. Mm-hmm. There was a preconceived notion right there. Now, this man might be innocent, but we are appalled by his appearance. God, how dare you come in this courtroom with your pants sagging, with your gold teeth.
And that has happened to me.
And that's happened to plenty of, and that's what Rio did to the judges.
But it's not right. I got a judge.
I understand it's not right.
A judge held me up. I went to court. I went to court with an Ernesto Che Guevara shirt on. Right. And the judge didn't dismiss the case and all that. Talking about coming in my courtroom with that pirate on your shirt.
How dare you come in with that?
Man, that's biased as shit, though.
That's blatant.
It doesn't, because he's a judge.
How dare
doesn't give him the right to be biased because they don't like Rio's Southern accent. Because they don't like his style.
It was Rio's word salads. His word salad.
It was not. They didn't. They didn't, son. Now you're doing what the judges are doing. Now you're doing what the judges did for Skeem. Right. You're putting words in the judge's mouth. Oh, God, you're justifying that bullshit for the judges. The judge don't want to say we didn't like his word salad. The judges said you were too preachy for me. That didn't have anything to do with debate. The judge said, hold on. The judge was like, you mystified. Your definition of demise was wrong, and that judge was wrong. The other judge said, the other judge was like, what I'm always going back to, Rio didn't convince me that we were better after integration. What part of the judgment? What I'm asking you, son, is how do you realistically overlook such blatant statements by the judges that weren't relative to the debate? How are you overlooking that?
Easily. Can I answer that question with Deacon's defense? Okay, so Deacon's defense said, what if the black judge and the defendant was with a KKK shirt on? So just like how you came in there with the J. Guevara, what if you walked into, because a lot of people don't know, the hooded Klan, they actually did that back in Spain. They actually had hoods over their heads, So what if you went into the courtroom and they had goddamn Klan sheets over their head? Because they did that once upon a time in our history.
Yeah, you talking about, and the judge had Klan sheet?
Yeah, the judge had Klan.
Oh, let me read. What if it was a black judge and the defendant was white with a Klan sheet? He's saying if the defendant was white with a Klan sheet. I'm saying this.
Oh, I see.
If he is a judge.
Same thing.
If he is a judge and you come up there, a judge is supposed to be unbiased. According to, and don't get me to defending America. Y'all be gonna get me start defending America and the Constitution and shit. But anywho, the Constitution guarantees people the right of religion, freedom of speech, and things of this nature. Now, I don't know about state laws and things of offensive clothing, articles of clothing, but we're just speaking hypothetically, like those things don't exist. The judge, despite that cracker coming in there, despite that cracker coming in there with that Ku Klux Klan shirt on, with a white power shirt on robe, and it's a black judge, the judge is still supposed to be impartial. He's still supposed to judge according to the evidence of the crime. He's still supposed to do it, even if this asshole is sitting there with full Ku Klux Klan regalia.
White power.
He's still supposed to be impartial. That's the duty of the judge. That's the hard part about judging debates. And there again, no, judges, I think y'all kind of screwed up. But listen, I know I know your jobs are hard. I'm not trying to come like that, but because that's the difficulty of being a judge. You have to come in. That's like me. Let me tell you something, bro. If I was the judge Skeem, according to black nationalism, Skeem did terrible. Skeem did terrible.
Hold on. See, now we have.
No, if I was a judge, and was doing like they're doing Rio, come on, as a black nationalist, you know I'll eat that shit Skeem.
Whoa, Yanga,
and I'll challenge them to that.
That's a whole nother topic.
I'll challenge them to that.
I got you.
But that's what I'm telling you.
You're going to have your day in court.
I am. But that's what I'm telling you. So, but you're doing the same thing. You're saying that we're listening to it.
Calling out what I said months ago was if Rio comes with that bullshit, he's going to get penalized for it, and that's what happened.
Okay, so say I can, like I said earlier, say I concede to that. Say I agree to that point. What about the other 99 things that the judges judged on that wasn't relative to the debate? That's what I'm telling you. The judges said it, Blackson. You're not addressing. Here's what you're not addressing. Like, maybe you addressed it and I didn't hear it. Address this again. Judge Sam's statement on Rio didn't convince me that we were better off after integration. Answer that. How anywhere is that a fair judgment?
That's tied into the debate.
How is that tied into the what part? What part of the debate is that tied into?
Because Rio and Skeem have a job of convincing the judges.
Son, don't hurt yourself stretching. Don't hurt yourself stretching for something. I see you stretching. You're reaching. Don't hurt yourself reaching. Man, you don't go on with that. Don't hurt yourself reaching. But it is. Yes, you have to convince the judges according. Listen, that you can't debate. No, it is not that. Come on, Blackson. I want you to slow down. Take a deep breath and listen to what you're saying. You want Rio to debate two debates? You want Rio to debate two debates? You know that's another debate. That's another debate. Were black people better off after integration is a whole nother debate.
No, it's not. It's tied into the debate.
Son, that's a whole nother debate. Rio argued the negative. His position was a negative on was integration the catalyst to the demise of black people. I think he did that. The sad part is the judges wasn't even listening to that debate. I don't know what debate they were judging, but if they would have judged that debate, we wouldn't have this problem now. Bottom line.
All right, man.
If they were judging that debate, we wouldn't be here. Skeem would be enjoying his victory. But the fact that they didn't judge that debate makes Skeem's victory controversial. And it sucks for Skeem. Like the point I was trying to make earlier, and I wasn't trying to get on Skeem. If I was a judge and I go into it with what I know of black nationalism, and that's what I'm judging by, Skeem wouldn't have made the mark. But I'm 50 freaking years old and been studying black nationalism 100 damn years.
You ain't got a lot of people.
So I have to go in as like someone. I have to go in knowing nothing and listening to the two debaters on that level. I don't care if I'm a college professor. If I'm listening to two third graders debate, I have to debate according to the material, the content, and the level. And everything that debate contains. I can't go to interjecting my shit. And that's what the judge
ask this question, Yanga. Let me ask this question. Are you the type of person that go along with the flow of the majority?
No. No, not if the majority is whack. I try to stick to what's right and exact.
Okay. All right. With that being said, man, we would have went way over the hour mark.
Oh, man, great show.
Phone calls, great. Oh, my God. I know it's going to be this fire. God dang. Y'all be here Sunday, man, because y'all don't even understand Zanzi is nice. Gosh, I would imagine Zanzi was an SVDL. Zanzi's nice. He's nice.
Man, you can check it out.
Oh, he's checked out the show. He's checked it out. So we gonna see Zanzi cook on Sunday. We gonna
Okay, sounds good.
Zanzi. So shout out to you, Zanzi. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to
all of that. Hit that like button.
Everybody, hit
appreciate
the like
it, man.
button.
Shouts out to Black Sun.
Yeah. Shout out to Rio. Shout out to Skeem. Shout out to the Dark Side. Shout out to the Tanks. Is that what Rio's a part of? The Tanks?
Yeah. Rio's a tank. Shout out to that. And can't forget SVDL, the only league. Shout out to the commissioners, man. Great debate to the debaters. Yo, whoa. Woo. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. We said that the playoffs were going to be fire. And that's exactly what we got.
Fruition. So, hey, and with that being said, y'all come to the pre-shows, to the after shows, because y'all will see on record everything that we call it comes into fruition. I'm just saying, yeah. Even though we may not agree on what comes to fruition.
You're right. I think we analyzed it. But I'm gonna tell you why. I remember I called you in the middle of debate. I called you in the middle of debate. Like, I don't think Skeem gonna pull this one off.
I remember
Rio is bringing that fire. So yeah, man. I everything what we talked about.
I'm not saying it wasn't fire. I'm not saying.
Oh yeah, it was both of them were fire. Both of them were fire. Like I said, I'm gonna end this statement because I know we got to go. My last statement: both of the debaters was fire. I think that the judges just right at this time with some crazy stuff. I'm glad the commissioners are going back to look at it to review it because, hey man, you know, real shit.
Bro,
wow, great show,
shout out to those judges, past, present, and future. We got one here in our chat who is free spirit. Shout out to her. Shout out to the judges because they do this for free. They take their time out to do this, just like the debaters. So, shout out to them judges. Even though I agree it's controversy, a lot of y'all don't agree. Black Sun agrees, but hey, it is what it is. I said long time ago, don't come with that word salad because you're going to run a person's patience. It's just human nature. And with that being said, you got any closing statement? Hey, shout out to Yanga, man. Damn, shout out to Yanga, man. Producer status. People's TV. Y'all don't even understand the level where that's going to be. Shout out to his goddamn status, man. Shit. Shout out,
man. I appreciate
heard people call Blackson was just a cameraman. No, I was a producer. And now Yanga's a producer. We're on that level. We're not just cameramen. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't just get the lighting right and get the audio right and get the visuals right. No, we produce.
The production.
Right.
Yeah, it's a production.
And I've heard people Blackson and Yanga over there only getting 12 views. Oh, we about to blow up. We do this. We do this. We will see. We got patience. We ain't got to, you know what? Let me not get on that rant because that'd be a whole nother.
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show. Well, that's a whole nother show. And y'all know I don't like Stalins or Hitlers. I don't like them at all. I don't care what form they come in. You dig what I'm saying? I don't like them.
All right, man. So I'm gonna end the show. Right. All right, man.
All right, let's end the show before Black Sun get crazy.
Yeah. All right, man. So we'll get up. So tomorrow's the debate.
Tomorrow's Sunday. Yeah, me and Zanzi. Roe versus Wade, the Supreme Court decision. Hey, he's gonna bring it, man. This man, woo! And I'm gonna bring it. So, Zanzi, I'm ready, brother. I'm ready. Tomorrow at 2. Y'all hit the subscribe and hit that bell because y'all don't want to miss the premiere of Zanzi. Y'all don't want to miss Zanzibar, boy. Boy's nice.
I heard that.
Nice.
All right, man.
Yes.
So we're gonna see tomorrow.
Yes,
we'll see tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, dear brother. You know what it is. So we'll see you tomorrow, man. At the debate.
Okay.
All right, peace.
Peace, brother.